Hey guys, it's Jess. Today I wanted to talk about my Zamiifolia, also known as the ZZ plant. The cultivar that I want to talk about today is the Black Raven ZZ, or also known as the Jungle Warrior plant. So I've noticed this guy pop up on the Australian plant market scene over the past 2 months or so. So I thought I'd do a care video to share some of the care tips I've had for my Black Raven ZZ. I got my plant at the beginning of the year, so I've had him for about 5 or 6 months or so. Over that time, I've learned about how to care for him and also how to encourage his leaves to get that really dark, intense color so that it looks almost black. So if you're interested in hearing about these tips, please keep watching. So over the past 5 or 6 months, this guy has put out some new growth for me. The new growth that he had put out is this one and this one. The newer growth for this plant tends to be bright lime greens, and over time, as it matures, does its leaves turn into a darker color. So I think this plant is, like I said, very popular for its black, almost black foliage. This plant is native to the east to south coast of Africa, and in nature it can get about a meter high. To encourage this plant to grow a lot bigger, you want to give it the space for it to grow. So I know some plants, such as your aroids, they like to be a bit more root bound and compact in their pots, whereas ZZ plants, they like to be given a little bit more space to grow. So I've got him in a 17 centimeter pot, and he seems to be doing quite well. Being a ZZ plant, these guys are typically quite slow growers. Ensuring that it gets enough sunlight is probably key to helping it grow. Also, being a ZZ plant, it's actually very easy to take care of. So I don't really pay attention to this plant a lot. I only water when I can see that the soil is quite dry, like this. We're in winter in Sydney at the moment. I probably won't water this plant as often, but during the growing months, I'd say I'd water every 3 to 4 weeks, or depending on how dry the soil is. But given now that it's winter, I probably only water it once every 6 weeks or so. Also, being a ZZ plant, these guys tend to be quite disease and pest free, so I haven't noticed any problems with him from a bug or a pest perspective. I would say that if there is any disease that would catch this guy and make him sick, it would be overwatering and root rot. So I would be inclined not to overwater this guy. I have it sitting in a partially shady location, and during the morning it gets some filtered morning light, but that's probably the extent of light that it normally gets. I would say that if you want to encourage its leaves to darken, what I've noticed is that putting it in a filtered light or a dimly lit location does encourage its leaves to go a lot darker. Previously, because I wanted to encourage it to grow, I had it in a more well-lit location, and what that did was it took the leaves a lot longer to darken. But since moving it to a shadier location, I have noticed its foliage become more dark. In terms of toxicity for this plant carries a lot of calcium oxate, I think, and that's the stuff that creates or contributes to creating kidney stones. So what this means for your pets is that you probably want to discourage your plants from nibbling your plants. No, you probably want to discourage your pets from nibbling on this plant, because it is not good for your pet if they ingest a lot of this. Also, I've heard that because of the high levels of calcium oxalate, it can be a little bit sensitive on the skin. So for those who have very sensitive skin, you'd want to avoid touching this plant, but I haven't heard of anyone who's had a skin reaction to it. In terms of pricing for this plant, I've seen it on the market at the moment between $40 to $50. I bought this guy for $40 from Maythorani plants here in Sydney, but I think $40 is probably how much you would be looking to pay for a plant like this. This is one of my favorite plants, although I say that with every plant that I show you guys. He's super easy to take care of, and I think he's a very nice statement piece, particularly when his leaves turn or black. He's a very easy unusual plant to take care of. So if you're on the market or you've just started to get into rarer or more uncommon plants, I'd highly suggest picking up one of these guys, because he is a very sturdy plant and he just gives off the most beautiful foliage. So this is my quick little video on how to take care of your new Black Raven ZZ or Jungle Warrior plant. I hope you found some of the tips helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know and I will respond to them. But if you do get one of these plants, I hope you really enjoy it, because it is a beautiful plant and it's just super easy to take care of. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!